fighting Meruem, a person that he has like no knowledge of, what would he do? Like, what does
He
he
would most
usually do when he fights somebody he like has no idea about?
again scaling to Kisuke. Kisuke was able to come up with 1,000 possible events after just like recovering Grimjow from Askin's poison, and he was like, okay, so the person I'm gonna fight is like some poison based character. So he came up with 1,000 possible scenarios for what could happen, and he prepared for every single one of them, just based off the fact that the guy can use poison.
All right, and I'll also ask you this then. So, because I remember you saying this. So you say that Aizen, like during battle, he likes to manipulate his opponents, right?
Yeah.
How would he try to manipulate a person that he has no knowledge about, or the bare minimum knowledge about? Because all Aizen would know is that he's fighting some kind of like bug creature dingy, like some kind of like alien thing, right? Like he doesn't know nothing about Miriam at all. And Miriam's not the type of person that talks during battle. So how is he gonna gather his on Miriam to know what to manipulate and plan for?
He can just like manipulate the whole battlefield so that everything will go on his favor.
What do you mean by manipulate the battlefield? Like change the battlefield
Uh,
physically? Like what do you mean by that?
he's gonna manipulate everything that's gonna happen, so absolutely everything will be on his favor.
And how does he like manipulate these things, like the battlefield? Like how does he go about?
What's the word I'm looking for? Am I saying it wrong?
Where did you say you cut out?
Oh my god, again. Am I saying it wrong?
I can hear you. Carry on.
First time. What you said?
Am I dead again?
No, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah,
Alright.
Shinigami, we can all hear you, my guy. You're good.
You just need to try to get more specific, Shinigami. Just go for it.
Aniotic muted himself now. Lovely.
Okay.
No,
I'm
he's
here.
still
I'm
there.
here. I just have to do something.
What I'm trying to
All
say
right. So
that
repeat the last thing you said.
what I'm trying to say is that I will just manipulate like the actions of the battle, like how he manipulated Ichigo's whole life, so that he'll be as strong as Aizen needs him to be at that point.
Yeah, and I'm asking how does he do it? Like how does he manipulate the actions of like the
Because, like, I
battlefield?
think, real quick, because you guys agreed earlier that he did that stuff with prep or before it, but he didn't do it as it was happening or during battle, right? And now we're talking about in
Yeah.
battle what he can do. So you would need to use an in battle example.
Okay. Actually, think about this. Okay, Shinigami. Let's say I give the proposition of this character can perform X action, and then you ask me the question of how does he do it, and then I'm saying he can do it through a certain amount of ways. That's still being really, really vague. All Niotic is asking for, what is the method of execution and how is it being done, in order to defend the argument for Aizen. If you can answer that, I think he'll drop the objection.
Yeah.
So wait, are hacks still banned?
Oh no, you can go ahead. Yeah, you can still use hacks, of course. Yeah, you can use hacks.
He mostly uses his Kyoka Suigetsu.
All right. So he would mind hacks Miriam. Do I even have anything against mind hacks from Miriam? Wait, so let me see if I have anything against mind hacks from Miriam. I actually might not.
I think there's
Dude,
some
if
stuff, but I don't remember.
I think Nin protects against the mind. Pretty
I
sure it
still
does.
I was hoping I could just pass by just using this shit. But no, apparently everyone wants it to be combat applicable.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
needs to.
it has
It
to be.
kind of
You're in
has to.
combat. Where in the world is this?
Another thing, I think it was just a slip up of the tongue earlier. You said he thought of 1,000 scenarios, but in the scans it said he thought of 5 scenarios with 1,000 plans for each, or not each, but 1,000 plans for one of the 5 scenarios, or
A
all of them. I
thousand
don't remember.
of 5 scenarios, then it just means like what? Fucking
Pretty much,
what?
he predicted he would do one of 5 things, and he made 1,000 plans in preparation for those 5 things. It's pretty much what
So
it's saying.
5,000 plans.
Well, not each. It doesn't say each. Just that he had 1,000 plans, and he thought of
Well,
5
at the
scenarios.
bare minimum, it's just 1,000.
You could interpret it as 5,000. I guess it depends on how you argue it.
All right, at least I can get to scan.
I thought this was gonna be an intelligence debate. Fuck.
Oh, it is intelligence. It's just that you have to like show how does he use his hacks intelligently also.
All right. So with how fuck.
You all right?
I'm all right. Ah.
Doesn't sound like you're all right. What's going on?
It sounds like someone shoved a cactus in his pants or something.
Oh god.
What do you think? Anyway, no, it's just my phone spurging.
All right, I think I have it. Also, I'm just have to use anime scans because I literally just don't know anything about the manga. Wait, like where it's located at?
All right, so here's an example of how Aizen uses his like. Shinji stated that he always kept a close eye on Aizen, and Aizen was just there like, oh yes, I knew that. So I just replaced myself with someone else,
You know
like
what? Since I
Kyoka
can't
Suigetsu.
find. All right, yeah,
We
I'll get to that in a second.
One-
I'm just gonna let you know that since I can't like physically find this scan, I'm not gonna like ask you to steal man, but I'll ask you something in a second. But go ahead and say what you were saying.
I'm gonna grab an example of like how Aizen uses his Kyoka Suigetsu.
All right.
Against Shinji in the Turn Back the Pendulum, he
What?
was able to read it just
You
how
said
like
Shinji and back to
Shinji treats him
pendulum.
like a yeah. Oh my god, why does everyone keep messaging me?
Guess you're a popular dude.
Turn off your notifications.
Sounds like too much.
Dude, just ignore it until like after the debate. For now, just talk to Niotic. It's a little rude that you're not focusing on the debate.
Mm-hmm.
So here this I was referring to of Aizen like manipulating Shinji using his Gyoketsu. He was able to read just how like Shinji treats him compared to everyone else, and he took advantage of that.
All right. Did I die?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So you showed this. All right. So that's cool. So when Isaac uses Kyogo Sugetsu, oh my god, I butchered that name. When he uses it in
Gyoketsu
battle,
The
Kyogo
Japanese word.
yeah,
Yes. Continue.
yeah, Japanese word. When he uses it in battle, right? And we're talking about like his intelligence, right? Is he intelligent enough to like do it like the first thing? Like, is he going to use it as like his first option, or is he going to like use it in another way? after like gathering
al-
information on Meruem.
He always uses Kyokusugetsu in battle. Like that's the first thing he does.
The first thing he does.
The first thing he does.
So whenever he's fighting somebody that he has like no knowledge of, the first thing he thinks of is, okay, so let me get Kyoga Sugetsu out on him.
He went up to Baragon and he was just there like Kyokusugetsu Zo.
Oh, can you show me that? I actually never knew about that.
Don't you remember?
I don't remember him using Kyoga Sugetsu on Baragon. But yeah, let
I
me see
thought
that.
if he did, then that's cool. But I just thought he dicked on him.
Yeah, I thought he just dicked on him.
He did use Soiko to get to on Baragon.
Huh.
He used
Yeah,
it
let me
to
see
beat
that.
him out.
That's actually really helpful.
Oh, that's weird. But all right.
I can explain the
Alright.
context if you guys want.
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, so I found a chapter. It's a fucking 371. Baragon was just sitting there lazy, and Aizen just came along like it was Captain Aizen, so it was during the Soul Society.
Alright.
And like, yeah, so you're the king of Huecamundo. So yeah, Aizen doesn't seem to have prior knowledge of Baragon. This seems to be the first time they met.
Alright. Yo, this is a goated. That's goated actually. Whenever a person asks you that Shimigami, just be like, oh yeah, he did it against Baragon. Like, let's go.
It's
Okay.
31. I never thought I would use this. This just came to me instinctively.
It's weird
It's good.
because it kind of contradicts the Geen statement, but it makes sense kind of because he would just kind of like shit on Baragon, not really fuck him up. It's weird.
Well, no, both. He after using the Soiko Sugetsu, he did shit on him. He just wanted to show exactly how powerless he was with first
Yeah.
using Soiko Sugetsu.
All right, that's fine.
Point is of like since right now this is my more elaboration on like using Aizen and intelligence. I don't think I can use this shit and ignore the is it combat applicable line. I need to use Kokusugetsu right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Aizen just walked up to Baragon and he was there like, Kokusugetsu. I don't have the scans. I don't.
I thought you had the chapter, like 371, was it?
Sometimes when I use the wiki and it tells me a chapter number, I go to the chapter and it's way the fuck off. So just make sure it's right.
Oh no! I have the manga right here. I have the manga.
I know. I'm just saying when I use the wiki and try to find the chapters, it fucks up. But maybe I'm just having bad luck.
That changes with series, to be fair.
Yeah.
You still looking for it?
It's more of a case of fucking. If I leave the web, if I leave whilst I'm in Discord to call, I die instantly.
Alright, I'll just stillman you on it then, so you don't have to like go through that trouble because I know how annoying that is.
I'll find the chapter number while you guys are going on to the next point. I'll
I
just
have-
post the scan so they're there.
Like,
Alright.
let me grab the chapter number.
Yeet.
I'll post it to Niotic if he needs it.
Ooh, I'm about to
You said
get
it was
you
like-
in the argument.
You said it was
Go ahead.
263, right?
No, I said 371.
371. That's what I said. Yeah.
You're way off.
No, I think I was right there on it.
You know what?
I don't think it's wiki fault. I think you just went on the wrong page.
Those numbers, technically, those two numbers are the same if you're dyslexic enough.
I am enough. They're still not the same.
Oh my god.
What? Nick Grimm is British.
What do you think?
You said 371, right?
He already linked the chapter.
I'm just making sure. Just
He already linked the chapter. Alright, Shinigami, I'm about to hit you with an argument that you've never heard before. When you're arguing for Aizen. You still there?
I'm still alive.
Alright, so I'm gonna argue that even if you put Meruem under his mind hacks. Wait, first of all, when Aizen puts people under his mind hacks, right? What does he usually like make them see in character?
He usually, how do I put it? He like doesn't. He just like subtly uses it. If you get what I mean. Like he doesn't do anything like too explosively. He just like makes it seem like he just like how do I put it? He makes the illusion of like the whole battle so that you think you're winning.
Alright, and then what does he do after that?
Right after that, when like when he reveals like that you were under an illusion, he just like body slams you.
Alright. So I'm gonna just argue that while Miriam's I'm gonna argue that while Miriam's under his mind hacks, he's so intelligent that his intelligence is gonna like allow him to fight Aizen even though he's under mind hacks. And let me explain. Uh,
If
bro,
it
this is
was
about to be like a big brain intelligence argument right here. So you're familiar with chess? What's the Japanese version of chess called again?
Jonah?
Yeah.
Shogi, right? Or Shogun?
Yeah, shogi. Yeah. So basically, Miriam is like a master of shogi, chess, checkers, all of these board games, right? And and like I said before, he's able to like prepare for an almost limitless amount of like possible outcomes that Netero's attacks could have had at him, right? So in the like game of shogi, right? What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like subtly and you're supposed to this discreetly, right? Try and like take over your other person's king while being as discreet about it, right? And the different strategies that Miriam has from this, right? He's able to like learn these games incredibly quickly, be able to like beat like lifetime masters in like a day, like sometimes even minutes. I'll get scans for all of that. Yeah, let me get this right here.
Go on.
All right. And so, like in shogi and chess, right? Since they're discreetly trying to take over your king, and sometimes like different strategies of shogi. So, oh, making you think you're winning, but I'm actually winning the whole time. So he'll be able to like prepare for the possibility because in shogi, checkers, and chess, there's like an almost infinite amount of like combination strategies you can use to win. And combined with the fact that in battle, he's already prepared for an almost limitless amount of like attack and defensive combinations, right? He's going to be prepared to know that, oh, I'm under an illusion or I'm under a mind hacks, and he's making me think that he's winning. But since I already know about this strategy, I'm going to be able to just fight him anyway, even if I'm under an illusion, because I'm just that intelligent.
Well, I'm gonna argue that Aizen's might axe is just so powerful that, yeah, as you know, Yuha has the Almighty, which gives him like perfect future sight of like every possibility in existence. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Let me grab the scans. Yeah, I think you know where I'm coming from. It's the one I always use.
All right.
That's the worst argument you can use against me. If anything, you were underestimating me.
Well, I have no like defense against mind hacks. This is like the second best thing after just straight up resisting mind hacks.
Alright, so as you know, U-Haul has like future sight of every possibility in existence. Aizen's mind hacks was just so bullshit that Aizen just mind hacks U-Haul, who can just see every future possibility. Even though he could see the goddamn future, Aizen still hit him with mind hacks.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm thinking. I'm thinking of a way to counter this. All right, so I guess I'm just gonna. Ooh. So I'm also going to argue another part of like Miriam's like intelligence, and that would be his adaptation, right? So as I've stated before, Netero has like an almost limitless like amount of attack combinations plus like defenses, and if we combine both of them, it's pretty much limitless. Like he's able to like combine them all into like this like perfect type of like strategy, tactical like type of fighting style that you really can't counter. And Miriam, like I said before, he was able to comprehend this, and he was able to like plan for all of these like different tactics and strategies during the battle. And during the battle, Netero was also like trying new combinations, attacking from different angles all at the same time, many times throughout the battle. So I'm just gonna argue that Miriam was able to like adapt to a limitless amount of like attack formations, right? He's able to adapt to this, and he was able to counter it within the span of like I don't know how long the battle was. It was less than like 10 minutes. I'm just gonna say like about 5 or so minutes, right? He was able to completely adapt to this and like take off Netero's arm and take off his leg, right? So I'm gonna argue that even if like Aizen is able to like completely mind hacks an infinite amount of like possibilities and futures, right? Miriam's intelligence will allow him to just adapt and plan for an infinite amount of possibilities in the futures and adapt to it accordingly. So he would still be able to
Well,
fight Aizen while under the illusion.
well the thing. No, I'm still pretty I'm gonna godstand this point. I'm gonna godstand Aizen mind hacking U-Haul, who has future sight, alright?
All right,
I'm
I mean
gonna
that's
god
fine. I mean you
What
can
are we
say
talking
that,
about? I'm
but
sorry, I missed that last point.
you say he's gonna
I'm
like
gonna
you missed my last point or his last point?
I think both. I
I'll
fucked
go
up.
ahead and repeat it so you can hear it, Tyler. But basically, I said so. Shinigami's just like he mind hacks the Almighty, which is like infinite possibilities. And I was like, well, Netero is like attack plus defensive combinations. It's limitless in the amount of like techniques that it can do in theory. So
Mm-hmm.
Miriam would just be able to and during that battle, Miriam was able to like adapt to these limitless amount of techniques, and he was able to like triumph over them, even though they're limitless in amount, with his
Mm-hmm.
intelligence, and because he can just read Miriam. And he would just be able, even though Aizen's mind hacking him, he would just be able to just adapt to it and still fight Aizen while under the mind hacks anyway.
So we're at a
hmm.
wall now. Okay, continue.
What is equal stats?
Yeah, it's equal sets. Miriam would get
This is
like blinked away if it wasn't.
Okay,
second.
unofficially, like outside of this debate, I think this is a really fucking stupid loop. Whoever puts an end to the loop, thank you. But for God's sakes,
To be
don't go
fair,
on for 20
they're
minutes on the
trying
same
different
point.
arguments
That's
throughout
like
the
all
loop,
I
though,
ask.
so I think it's not that stupid, mate.
Look, you got it. Like desperate times calls for desperate measures, man.
I'm
They're
gonna
trying to
god
give.
stand either one. You can have your. Everyone else can have their fucking infinite Tsukuyomi, or like Sephiroth up, like doing whatever, like making an illusion, like masking an entire murder site. You can have that shit. I'm having like mind hacking precognition.
Yeah, specific context of one future. Damn, he mind taxed it. That's crazy.
All right, but since you said you're just going to grandstand that, and I said what I was going to say, then we just move on to another intelligence point or any other like intelligence that Aizen uses throughout battle.
I can use another aspect of the mind hacks. He can just manipulate Meruem's sense of time.
His sense of
So,
time. I don't.
You mean his perception of time?
yeah.
Okay, good.
See. This scan right. So, as you know, timing matters a whole lot in a fight. You know that, right? It's gonna determine like when you're gonna block something, when you're gonna get hit, when the attack is gonna come in contact, everything, right?
That's true.
You agree with that?
Yeah, that's
The
true.
scan. The scan is not really. Can I just jump off a window immediately?
Well, just tell me what's happening in the scan. It's not a real debate. It's fine.
The scan is when like U-Haul went to meet up with Aizen in Mukin. Ashwoff is just there like, dude, we gotta go now. And U-Haul's there like, wait, what? I thought we had plenty of time.
All right, so I'll ask you,
And
like,
he's there.
how much does his time, like, how much, like, how slow or how fast can he like manipulate a person's sense of time?
So U-Haul's plan, I believe it was that he was planning to meet up with Aizen, get a yes or no answer from him, and then come back and help Roy take down Yamamoto, right? If I
Yeah,
remember correctly.
yeah.
But U-Haul like arrived when like Roy died,
Okay.
and I think the fight with Yamamoto was stretched to like a few minutes. Unless you want me to count the amount of words that were said there.
Oh no, you don't have to do all that. So you're saying how slow did he
I can
like
do that.
make his time
I,
perception? Nah, nah, you don't have to do all that. That's fine.
I can do that if you want to.
Yeah, I'm saying don't do that.
He ain't gonna
I
sit
can...
there waiting. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, like we got things to argue, things to do. We can't sit around.
All right, so he made a few He made like um what is it? A few seconds feel like an entire minute to you all.
All right. Let me see what I have for that. I'm pretty sure I have something for that.
Aizen is just there like, you know what? I'm just gonna mind hacks this motherfucker. Because Aizen is a douche like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have something for that. Let me just read this fight really quick because I'm pretty sure I have something for that.
Also, there's like some new skill arguments I can use for Aizen, but I didn't get the scans for them yet.
All right.
You know how like you agree that like Gin is less skilled than Aizen?
What'd you say?
You agree that Gin is less skilled than Aizen?
Less skilled. Yeah.
There's like a statement from Gin that he was able to finish the whole academy in 1 year, even though it normally takes like 6 years.
That's cool. Like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. Like, that's
That was
cool.
the most lifeless response you could have gone for.
Like, cool, I
I mean,
guess. I don't.
guys, oh, like based on Niotic's expression, it doesn't seem like he has a soul.
Just
I mean,
like without any other like context or anything to go off of, it just sounds like a cool little like quick fact. Did you know that bumblebees
yeah.
like lay 9,000 eggs a day? I got cool, awesome.
Okay, let's try to rephrase this. Shinigami, if you wanted to try to bring something up, please bring up something of substance.
Yeah, like why is that particularly like impressive, and where are you like going with this?
It's just a new skill feat. Like, I've been expanding on like my eyes and shit. I plan to like use those like hexagonal sphere thingies. You know, the things that give the stats to the characters.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Since
it?
I max out
No,
intelligence,
oh god.
since Aizen has a max out intelligence stat, this would mean that he scales to a lot of the characters that are below him or equal to him. Like, I don't know if Dunsui.
I think Imbachi has
Yeah.
110 in strength on one of those.
Yeah, I think
So
Kenpachi.
Kenpachi's just an outlier in everything. Where
I-
chapter is this?
Tyler be there like, not every captain has to know Bonkai, and you're like, wait,
Yeah, they don't.
based on what?
There's 3 methods. One of the methods requires Bankai, not all of them. We've been over this.
Dude,
There's 2 other methods to become a captain. What do you mean?
refer like every captain has Bonkai.
Now they do, since Kenpachi got his finally. And there are captains we don't see the Bankais of, so we don't even actually know if they have it. It's not confirmed. So, you know.
6.
Okay, so Dane has a Bonkai, I guess.
What?
Dane has a Bonkai, I guess. You asked me.
Can we stop going
Yeah,
on
I
this
was just about
derail?
to say.
Can we please stop going on this derail and continue the
Yeah, it's
conversation?
Good.
I'm just waiting for Niotic right now. I
Again,
need to.
because it has like, yeah, my bad. It's been like years since I've read this, like actual years.
You say that
Yeah.
as I'm also looking up Hunter x Hunter, like start to finish. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing in the background. I'm on what was it? Chapter 47. I started at 0.
Wait, you're just now starting Hunter x Hunter? Ooh, that's
No,
like
no, I'm
spoiler,
restarting
spoiler.
it because I
So-
watched all the
Oh,
anime. I
restart.
didn't go through all the manga.
What I gather, Hunter x Hunter is basically a novel with some drawings in it.
Bro.
Yeah. Like, let me just tell you this guy I'm looking for, Shinigami. So basically, like, what's happening is that he's fighting Netero, right? And it's stated that time condenses to time itself like condenses down to like the smallest like amount that is possible. It's something like that, and he's able to like still be able to like think during this time frame. He's still like comprehending in this time frame, even when time itself is like condensed incredibly like slowly, of course. So just slowing it down by like making seconds into like minutes won't do nothing for Meruem.
I'll still man that. I'll still man.
So
Alright,
it was a zeptosecond. Damn.
yeah. But yeah,
I gotta.
so do you got anything else you want to bring up?
Maybe the adaptation with Aizen, but I don't think that's necessary.
Why
How
not?
would Aizen like? Yeah, it's like how would like Aizen like use his intelligence to like adapt during the battle? Like how good is he like? Like I want, yeah. Let me actually just make this a like just question you on this separate point exactly. So if Aizen's like fighting, because we both like like basically left it up to the judges like imaginary judges or whatever. But if Aizen like is mind hacking Miriam, right? And if we're going by my scenario, that Miriam is still fighting Aizen, even though he's mind hacked by Aizen. What is Aizen going to do in that situation? Hello? I think I died.
You didn't get out.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
damn. That's actually a good question though,
Hey,
because
Niotic, I'm recording the
Yep.
debate right now, so
Oh,
there will
alright.
be judges of sorts. It just I joined in the middle of
What?
it, or wherever I joined at.
Alright.
weird record practice paper. Go on.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
actually, wait.
you
If you send it to
mentioned
him
the
later, you
judges
can learn off
thing
it.
statement, like the
True.
imaginary judges thing. That's why
Ah, gotcha.
that's why I brought it up just now.
But
Yeah, wait for
yeah,
Shinigami to come back.
something Shinigami also needs to work on though is giving proper context, because some of these scans are contextual.
Yeah, like I literally joined in the middle of the conversation, and I immediately like called out something for like being really really vague in DMs with Immortal.
Yeah. Yeah, another thing that Shinigami needs to like work on too is like pressuring like his opponent and asking his opponent like
Remember when you
leading.
just joined the call?
Yeah, like with the shogi like prediction thing, I think he should have pressured you much more on that.
I died.
Mm-hmm.
Someone just
Oh,
destroyed
hey Shinigami.
themselves. Like, god damn it. I want to die right now.
It's
Hey,
alright,
Shinigami.
man. Alright, so did
Alright.
you hear what I like last say Shinigami said?
You were cutting out inconsistently, and I was scared that you couldn't hear me.
Oh, so I'll repeat what I said.
Mhm.
So if we're going by like this like scenario, right, that Meruem is like still fighting Aizen, even though he's like supposedly supposed to be like mind hexed by Aizen, is he like what is Aizen going to do in that situation? How is his big brain that you're saying he has going to like adapt when one of his main strategies don't work?
Uh, god damn it. I need to
Because
grandstand Isaac's intelligence more.
yeah, because adaptation for intelligence, like under pressure, when something doesn't go your way, is incredibly important for like intelligence as a whole. You got to be flexible.
Because like if Niotic wanted to, right? I'm not saying he will or should. He could use the Ichio and Aizen fight as an instance of when something didn't go as he planned, and he got fucking destroyed because of it, and he wasn't able to adapt to it. Because that's a real good one.
I don't know. Fucking, that just means Ichigo is smarter. Or that Aizen wasn't using his intelligence.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you don't want to say that last part. Trust me, you do not want to say that last part. But go ahead and
Because
like, where you can.
that goes
Bro,
against
bro, bro,
the
bro, 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 bro.
good.
Tyler.
Good.
You do literally realize that Aizen in the butterfly form is not even trying to use his intelligence at
So
that point.
Right,
Or that
let's
just
not wait,
happened.
wait. Let's not go on
Can
a
y'all go
tangent.
back to
I
the
I
conversation, please?
I was just
Yeah.
gonna give like a quick because like the whole point of the butterfly fight for Aizen, that was literally his end of his plan was to fight Ichigo in that form. That was literally the very last step, and it didn't go as he planned.
All right,
So
but yeah, we can
that's
go back to our debate, Shimigami. So
all right. I'll
Alright.
see y'all. Have fun.
all right.
See ya.
So yeah, if Aizen like in this like hypothetical situation, right? If Aizen doesn't see that his plan is like going like as expected, like what's his next course of action that he usually takes?
Alright, so I'm gonna argue Aizen's adaptation.
All right,
So Yushinji Shikai is a mind hacks as well.
all
It
right,
change it changes your perception. Like up becomes down, left becomes right, and forward becomes backward.
all right,
After failing at this one thing once, Aizen was able to deduce on what happens on this multi-layered thing and just calls it child's play. Now this is impressive because when you're fighting, you're dependent on your sense of direction, like where your opponent is going, where your attacks are going to land, where you're going to block everything. But this
all
basically
right,
reversed all of it.
all right.
Aizen was able, after getting think after experiencing the Shikai just once, Aizen was able to deduce what it does, and just like, oh yeah, so it just does this. This is just mere child's play, all right?
All right.
And this is even more impressive when you consider another feat. So Kenpachi, who
Wait, let's go over like 1 feet at a time. So I want to like address this feat in particular because you said that he will. Are you saying that he will adapt? His intelligence will like adapt to the situation because of the feat you just mentioned.
he will adapt to like the situation at hand with another tactic.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you this, and well, I'm not gonna ask. I'm gonna like say this because you're saying that he adapted to like. All right, yeah, I got the perfect way to explain it. You're saying that okay, so somebody like threw this type of hex at Aizen, and he managed to like adapt to it. That's fundamentally different than Aizen throwing something at somebody else and that not working, and him reacting to that. Because instead of him being on the receiving end, right, in this scenario that you just gave with Shinji, Aizen's opponent is actually on the receiving end. So I'm asking you, what would Aizen do in a situation where, let's say that he mind hacks Shinji, right? And Shinji adapted to Aizen's mind hacks, right? What would Aizen do in that situation?
I don't know for that one.
So you don't know what Aizen would do, like if his mind hacks fails against a person?
I don't know.
All right, yeah, we'll work on that. But go ahead and like do the Kenpachi example.
The Kabachi example is basically like this to prove how you can scale Aizen above a lot of these characters, and this is the scaling chain that I wanted. So remember
Okay.
like the pie chart thing that showcases the character stats.
Yeah.
Out of all the characters present here, Kenpachi has the lowest in intelligence. He has 50 points.
All right.
Everyone else is like a fucking what, 80 to 90.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, here's the comparison. Aizen is like what, 2 times smarter than Kenpachi.
Yeah. Keep going. You don't have to keep pausing. I'm hearing you.
Wait, I was just letting the scan post. I don't have the
Oh.
scans
Okay.
here for my now, but remember when Kenpachi fought Tosin?
Yeah.
Um, Kenpachi got hit with a similar thing where Tosin removed all of his senses except his sense of touch. However, Kenpachi was able to adapt and eventually landed hits on Tosin.
Oh, really?
So here's a comparison. This thing that the lowest can do is common sense to Aizen.
All right. So I'll say this again. So it's a situation where it's not Kenpachi's plan didn't work. It's more like Tozen's plan didn't work in actuality. So for your example, I would actually bring up how Tozen's plan against Kenpachi like failed, but even though it failed, he still like adapted to that situation and he tried using a different strategy in this type of manner. And Aizen's obviously smarter than Tozen by a lot. What did Tozen do after Kenpachi like messed up his like plan? Because I don't
To-
remember the whole fight.
Tosin was there like, no, I'm gonna kill you, and Kenpachi was there like, dude, you're beaten up. Like, stop. So and then Tosin just kept annoying Kenpachi, and he was there like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna kill you.
All right. Um. Yeah, you don't want to say that in this debate because because if Aizen does study against Meruem, I mean that's not very intelligent, really. Um. I'm trying to think of a like instance of Bleach where a plan failed. and but they still managed to like adapt to it after that. Um,
Aizen is fucking Aizen. Apparently, he's the biggest fucking cheat code there is.
No, that's you are.
did Kisuke's did Kisuke's plan ever fail against Askin? Or has
Uh,
Kisuke's plan ever failed in general?
Skin was I think the only plan that might have failed was against using Yoruichi to kill Askin, but Kisuke had other plans in mind.
Hey, you just sit. All right, you just like use that. So you already scaled Aizen to a Kisuke, and already like agreed with you, right? So just say that if Aizen's plan fails, he always has a backup plan for that plan in case that fails. And
Oh
remember
yeah,
where he was fighting Ichigo, right? And Ichigo tried to like snipe him from the back. He was just like, "Oh, I have a backup plan in case anyone manages to like snipe me from the back of my head." So Aizen does in character have backup plans when his normal plans don't work.
I never. Why do I do that to myself?
Hey, you just gotta think outside the box. Well, that's not even outside the box. You just gotta like look at how a character like does under pressure. That's very important because some characters like who's a character who like really does bad under pressure? I think Uryu does
No,
bad under pressure.
no. Ryu fought against Okiura, and Okiura was there like, I thought you were calm.
Yeah, he does bad under pressure.
No,
Wait, no, Yami does really bad under pressure.
okay, you
Yami does
realize
horrible
Yami's
under
the
pressure.
biggest fucking dumbass that there is. All right. He,
Yeah, his intelligence is garbage. It's worse than Kenpachi's. So he
no,
does bad under pressure because he doesn't have a backup plan.
dude, if you went up to your dumbest friend, most likely me, I could come up with like infinite amount of tactics compared to Yami.
Well, let's not get crazy here. But
Now, compared to
yeah,
Yami, I could come up with infinite amount of strategies to win.
Yami's pretty dumb. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. I'm trying to think of a backup plan that Aizen would have if his main plan wouldn't work.
I
All right, so
would
let's think
most
about how Aizen fights, right? So whenever Aizen's fighting and one thing doesn't work, what does he usually default back to? Is that keto or is it like sword swinging?
Okay, I like really wanted to speak up for a while, but I feel like this
Yep.
is kind of something that's being missed. So,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
firstly, Shinigami, how are you measuring Aizen's intelligence?
Hmm?
How are you measuring his intelligence?
You mean the IQ stat?
Yeah, how are you measuring his intelligence?
I gave like those stat eye things.
You're doing what?
You notice like those like hexagonal things that give you the stats of the characters.
Right, but that's like side statistics. I'm not referring to that. What do you think composes of like an accuracy of someone's intelligence?
I never got to that part.
Okay, well, an issue here that's happening in the debate in your application of intelligence is that I feel like you're inflating a couple details to sort of make up for what you might be lacking or what you might feel like you might be lacking with Aizen. And instead, you should probably stick with the following. One. What's his consistent behavioral attitude? How does he go about fighting someone? What's the mentality he has when fighting someone? How does he perform under pressure? How does he perform when he has the advantage? Is he consistent with his strategies? Do we have examples we can use to default to in order to defend this intelligence argument? There's a lot of things that I feel like you might be missing out on for like practically applicable. I'm gonna fucking kill myself with this dumbassery. Um, I think you should probably take a bird's eye view on this real quick, because I feel like you might be going way too far and over your head a bit. So, like, let's think. What point do you have to counter right now?
Right now, I have to counter is like, what is Aizen gonna do when like his main strategy doesn't work?
Right. Firstly, you gave the answer earlier to Niotic saying, I don't know. Alright? Now, I'm not gonna say that's like an outright concession on the point. He can take it as that, but what you should have done was, wait, where are examples of him, like, faltering before and how does he make up for it? And how could you apply this in some other unique circumstance, like a versus battle, and like a cross-verse scenario? That should be like a better way of how you go about it, rather than just trying to like use statistics and then justify using less intelligent characters. Besides, if they have like good intelligence feats on their own, you know, just think about it for a second.
I think Primus is like largely right. Like he basically blatantly said what I was trying to like get out of you by questioning you.
Yeah. Sorry if it was an interruption, but I felt like it wasn't being voiced, so I just wanted both y'all to like communicate. Is all.
Yeah. Also, Shimigami, I have to go. I will be back, but for now I have to leave to BC.
I have
So
to.
we can like resume it in a bit, like
Uh,
later.
depends on when it's gonna be. 'Cause, fuck.
Oof.
Yeah, he did.
And what is
It's like, I guess I'll just like I just like um look at some like Bleach manga shit to see
Well,
what Aizen
first,
would have.
here's the first few things you want to look at. Firstly, uh, first off, don't just look at how does he compare to other characters, but rather look at what does Aizen have to bring to the table, and then after that, compare him to other characters who might have, other circumstances of intelligence. Make the
Because
comparison off like what they have or like how they scale intellectually.
like the in character argument, right? We only have one example of an in character. Like there's very few times Aizen gets like outsmarted. I think there's only one actually, and how he reacts after that kind of is like an ultimate neg because he's never been in that scenario from what we've seen for the most part.
Yeah.
So
Oh, when was it against fucking